but I'm not here to really talk about my event.
I know, she wants to interview me.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm going to let her do it. I'm going to let her do it.
See, thanks for your trust.
Okay.
But it's just
Thank you for having me here today.
Here we go. Here we go. So I'm the immature one, so I do have some questions on that.
Sure. I hope I can answer them.
Yeah, right. So really it's about your public story, The Treasure in the Closet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the story is a true story. You've been telling me in the 2 years pieces by piece, but only by reading the story, follow your thoughts with your thread to going through this complicated time, place, and so many people and information together. Just wonderful.
It is a wonderful story. And for those who don't know it, my husband's brother called him one day and said, I found these old slides in the closet. You want them, or what'll I do with them? They're dad's slides when he was in China. And so my husband got the slides and we looked at them, and it turns out that they are the oldest known color photographs of China. Wow. They've been on exhibition in Kunming at the Provincial Museum. From there, they went to Beijing at the National Museum of History and Beijing at Tiananmen Square. We presented the original slides to the government, or to the museum.
Right.
With all of his dad's notes on the side, but we kept a copy. You know?
Wow.
So
it was,
and it was there. The thing about the photos, which there's a few there. I think, Raymond, you might be able to bring up a few photos there. Those are some of the photos that were there. And the one in the center that you see there is Mr. Wu. We thought he was kind of a shopkeeper, but it turns out he was an herbalist. And Greg's father used to visit him, mainly because he was a physician, he was a surgeon, and would visit Mr. Wu. The picture below that is when they went back to China, they found Mr. Wu's daughter. Mr. Wu's daughter, she was a hugger. She hugged. And she cried and hugged. I mean, it was like you couldn't get away from her because she was so appreciative that we found this photo of her father. And she remembers the photo being taken because she said that the man who took the picture had hairy arms.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
And Greg had hairy arms. And she used to stroke Greg's arm to say the hairy arms.
Oh, that is so wonderful.
And every picture was shown in the newspaper there so that people could look at them. And the photos were not of the war, although he was a military man.
Tell me about that, right? He's a medical doctor of flying tigers. What is it?
Yep, he brought and he came back from China. Well, the Flying Tigers were around Kunming. That's where the bases were. And at the time, in the Doolittle Flyers and the Chenault Raiders and all of those. And when he didn't know he was coming back to the States, except that one of the Flying Tigers was injured badly, and they wanted a physician to go back with him, and that's when he returned to the United States. But every picture has a story. And Jin Fei Bao was the person that we contacted first. And when we just to see, is there a place to stay? And my funny story is that Greg wanted to go to China to show the pictures.
Right, that's what I'm going to ask you. How did these went back to China? I mean,
he wanted to go, and he said to me, Annie, he said, let's go to China and show the pictures. And I said, well, we don't know the language. Mm-hmm. We don't know where to stay. You know, he said, oh, don't worry, we're going to backpack. And I said, we're going to backpack? He said, yes, I'll bring a slide projector in the backpack, and we'll bring the slides, and we'll just ask people if they want to see them. And I said, well, does everybody have electricity? Where are we going? I said, I'm just too confused by this. I said, I can't do this.
That's the difference between women and men.
So he calls his granddaughter and says, do you want to do it? And she says, I'd love to, Grants. They went. Now, this is the honest, true story. So Fei Bao saw the pictures because we contacted him just by chance and arranged for this exhibition at the Yunnan Provincial Museum, which brought out 10,500 people the first day, by the way.
Wow.
And when he got off the plane, there were 30 photographers there.
Whoa.
They gave him a chauffeur with a car. They gave him a translator. And Crystal got her own room in a 5-star hotel. Greg got his own room in a 5-star hotel. And I'm home.
Oh. Right, okay. But you made your way to
I did. I've
Angela
been there
for 2
3
times.
Yeah,
right. But that's a
been
story.
Wonderful every time.
Right.
Yeah.
So Fei Bao certainly is a very important person in the story.
Very important.
Right. I mean, I just read his Wikipedia page last night, and as you told me, it's impressive. And he's one of the Olympic torchbearer back in
Yes, he did.
2008. Yeah, Olympics, and
in
he's
China.
In China, he also
Beijing,
a mountaineer, adventurer, a list of
Got
his
the
achievements.
Rhinoceros Award, which is for the greatest adventurer. They said he's the greatest adventurer in all of China in recent times.
Exactly. That's how he's being announced, which
He's
is
been up in
wow.
space. He's done the elliptical thing. He's crossed the Sahara. He's done Mount Everest twice. He's done 100 marathons. He did 7 marathons in 7 days.
Wow.
On 7 continents.
Wow.
Think about that.
Wow.
Started in Antarctic and ended up in Florida. And they did a marathon every day for 7 days in a row.
Right. So only a person like that can
Pull
guarantee
this off.
pull this off indeed, because how can a exhibition in Yunnan back then would attract
in 6 weeks.
Exactly. How did he do that?
He just got excited, but he wasn't sure even if he could get the money. So one of the pictures that was, I think it was up, that might have been up, was a picture where the Bank of China is now built. So he walks into the Bank of China. Who is he?
Yeah.
Walks in and says, I have an old picture of the exact spot where your bank is right now.
Right. Wow.
Can you give me money?
Wow.
And they said, we know Guanxi probably a couple times, getting together. But anyway, he talks to them, and the next thing he says, yes. He pulls out of his pocket, says, I have a contract.
Oh my, he's really well prepared. I mean, he's really a smart man.
And they got the money for the exhibition to help that, and one person after the other. When he went to the top of Mount Everest, he had to show, I'm wearing this parka by now.
Right.
And the flag, he said he was so exhausted at the top of Mount Everest, he forgot to raise the Chinese flag. And then he remembered. But he called us from the top of Mount Everest.
Is there a signal there? Oh, whoa.
He called us from there and said, I'm at the top of Mount Everest.
Right. That's amazing.
Yeah, we've been very, very good friends.
I know that he came over to live with
when
you.
Greg passed away. Yeah.
Right. But then the picture has been shown in Schenectady too, right?
Yeah.
Which year was that?
Yeah, that was, I forgot what year it was. It was the year, 2005, and it was when the National Convention was here of the U.S.-China People's Friendship. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Greg received the Friendship Award.
Yeah.
Right, from the.
From them as well. But
yeah.
and then he started the Sister Cities project between Kunming and Schenectady.
Right. So that was officially
and Fei
signed.
Bao came for that.
Oh, Fei Bao came up to that, right?
Yeah. And Fei Bao crossed from Boston to San Francisco on bikes.
He's just amazing.
I mean,
it's just like
you
thinking
but
about.
anyway, so she's interviewing me and I'm babbling. But anyway.
No, I mean, just amazing. And then, so I was just going to ask: does Fei Bao speak English?
He speaks very, very little English. I mean, like even today, we tried to teach him. His wife, Li Jia, has learned much more English than he has. But But here's the kicker: Greg's nephew goes to China on Greg's behalf. Go to China. You got to learn China because this is a wonderful country. He goes there. He says, "You're doing it for your grandfather. You got to do it." He goes there. He meets a woman there. He's married. He's been there for 12 years. Has 2 children. Owns a place there. I don't know.
Like in Kunming as well?
Kunming.
Wow, that is just incredible.
So he sees Fei Bao all the time. So Fei Bao is part of our family.
So thinking about that connection over there, right? I mean, the city of Kunming, it's
about
the name
7
of
million.
7 million people and have the reputation of the eternal spring city.
Yeah.
I really envy him to live
Greg
there.
was Man of the Year in Kunming.
He was truly a celebrity. You guys, when you guys are there, you are the celebrity of Kunming.
We
And
had
it's
a
going to be
wonderful time.
forever.
And visit China if you get a chance to see it. But we're almost out of time. I
Right,
got to tell you
yeah.
who's coming up, but don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Coming up next is the Italian Festival, the Stockade Art Show coming up. We have an artist coming on talking about denim art and a mural that she's working on. Harbinger Theater's here, and they're doing Maggie May and the Yankee Light Opera. We're doing School of Rock. Lots going on. So we'll just finish up the show talking, if that's okay with you guys. Yeah, it's been an experience that I never expected. That it's been a long journey. I mean, we were involved with the Chinese community way before this even happened. Right. And it was when we met Bing Ru Zi, who played the Guzheng.
Yeah, right. I
And that she was from Kunming, and that was our first contact to ask her, do you think these pictures are important?
Right.
She was the one that says they must go back to China. They brought in 35 scholars into Beijing to look at these photos to say what a historical piece of find that this is.
Of China.
Yeah.
It's an important piece of period China over there being recorded. That's just amazing, just to think about the contribution.
Isn't this exciting?
It is.
Life is good, guys.
Right.